So today we have Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X in for an interview. So let's get started with the questions. Dr. Martin Luther King, how did you get so involved in the civil rights movement?
Well, I was nominated to lead the Montgomery bus boycott in the year 1955 after protests by Rosa Parks. Shortly after, I was nominated president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference.
And what about you, Malcolm X?
Well, ever since I was born a black man, I soon after that realized the injustices that were being forced upon my people. Then I joined Islam and furthered my involvement.
So, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., why did you choose peaceful protest rather than violence?
Because I knew that I didn't have to justify my cause. I just needed to bring it to light. I took my methods from Gandhi, and I knew that by reacting peacefully to discrimination, we would again gain the sympathy of the public, black and white.
And Dr. Martin Luther King, how did people react to you?
Deep into the South, we faced much opposition. During the bus boycott, my own home was bombed. I lost many of my friends to aggression during our sit-down strikes and rallies. We were all beaten and arrested, but I knew we had to keep fighting despite opposition.
And Malcolm X, who were your main influences?
My main influences were the people I met on the pilgrimage to Mecca, as well as Elijah Muhammad. The Nation of Islam made me want to participate in peaceful civil rights movement.
What about you, Martin Luther King?
Well, I was mentored by a colleague of my father, Howard Thurman, at a very early age. Thurman had met Gandhi once and took me to his birthplace in India. The trip deeply affected me and my values, renewing my commitment to peaceful protests and civil rights in America.
So, Martin Luther King, what do you consider your most influential movements?
Well, the Montgomery bus boycott was the start of my work in the civil rights movement, and it led to the integration of the buses. But my March on Washington also had a huge impact. Furthermore, my I Had a Dream speech brought this attention to this issue across the nation.
So, Malcolm X, how did your involvement in the Islamic Church affect your work in the civil rights movement?
With my mentor Elijah Muhammad, I joined the Nation of Islam and became a part of the black Muslims. Furthermore, my pilgrimage to Mecca strengthened my values with the peaceful civil rights movement, and thus begun my cooperation with Dr. Martin Luther King.
So our final question for tonight is for both of you. Starting with Dr. Martin Luther King, do you ever think complete desegregation will be possible?
Perhaps not in my lifetime, but as long as civil rights still remain a priority in the country, and we focus our eyes towards the will of God and strive for equality, we can overcome the barriers of segregation.
And what about you, Malcolm X?
I believe, with the influence of peaceful religions such as Islam, the people of the world will be able to get along and live together in harmony.
Thank you. That's all the time we have.